She saved me before I even knew I needed saving. Every night, she sleeps beside me, her small paws twitching as she drifts through gentle dreams. I imagine she is chasing butterflies or stretching out under warm sunlight. Her name is Kiara, and today she is one of the happiest dogs I know. What most people never see, though, is the quiet miracle behind that happiness. Because once, she was just a stray. And once, I was just a broken man sitting on a sidewalk, trying to hold my life together. It all began on a quiet afternoon in front of my barber shop. Business was slow, the street unusually still. I remember sitting there, feeling overwhelmed by thoughts I couldn't escape. Life had piled too much on my shoulders at once. Stress, loneliness, and the heavy weight of disappointment. I had problems without answers and worries without solutions. I stared into the distance, wondering how everything had drifted so far off course. Have you ever felt that kind of exhaustion, where even breathing feels heavier than it should? That was when she appeared. A small dog, dusty and thin, walked toward me at her own careful pace. There was something about her presence that felt almost unreal. She looked at me as if she already understood everything I was carrying inside. She didn't bark. She didn't beg. She simply sat beside me and leaned her little body against my leg. In that quiet moment, without words, she seemed to say, "I'm here. You don't have to face this alone." I didn't cry, but something inside me cracked open. That gentle, wordless contact became the turning point I never expected.
Sabia que essa tendência? Você é a fiapinha de manga.
After a while, she stood up and walked away down the street. I told myself it was just a fleeting moment of kindness, a brief encounter meant to be remembered, and then released.
Dá pra nós fazer até moecaninho no céu. Ó.
A stray who showed up exactly when I needed her and vanished just as quietly.
Viu? Eu queria agradecer vocês que o vídeo da nossa fiapinha de manga.
But the next day, she was there again. When I opened the shop door, she was sitting right outside, tail wagging, eyes bright with excitement. She ran toward me as if we were old friends meeting again after years apart. That was the moment I gave her a name. I called her Kiara. I hadn't planned on adopting a dog. I wasn't sure I was ready for that responsibility. I was barely managing my own life. Still, something about the way she kept returning felt like a choice. She was choosing me, and slowly, I realized I had to choose her too. That evening, I took her home. I gave her food, fresh water, and a quiet place to rest. I let her sleep beside me, not on the floor or in a corner, but right on my bed. She curled up as if she had belonged there forever. That night, she slept peacefully, completely relaxed. No fear, no restlessness, just safety. Watching her breathe softly beside me,
Eu
I felt
TikTok,
something I hadn't felt in a
tudo
long
aqui dela,
time. Calm.
né? Já levei ela hoje no pet shop aqui perto. Já conversei com a moça.
The next morning, I took her to the veterinarian. I worried about her health after life on the streets. Thankfully, she was mostly fine, just a little underweight. The vet smiled and
A
said,
veterinária
"She's
vai
lucky to have
vacinar ela
found you."
dia 20,
I nodded,
vou fazer
but
videozinho
deep
também,
down, I knew the truth.
vacinando
I
ela,
was the lucky one.
dando todos os cuidados, né? Da nossa bebezinha que ganhou o coração
For a while,
de
I told
todo
myself
mundo.
I might still take her to a shelter.
E ela tá aqui,
I said my life was too unstable, too messy, that she deserved someone better.
Bem amparada pela gente aqui em casa, pela gente aqui na barbearia, todo mundo que vem.
Someone with more time, more space, more certainty. But every time she looked at me with complete trust, my excuses fell apart. She didn't need perfection. She needed presence. She needed someone who wouldn't walk away. So I stayed. I didn't just give Kiara a home. I gave her safety, warmth, and love. And in return, she gave me peace. She gave me strength. She helped me face my days with courage instead of fear. Little by little, I began to heal too. Isn't it incredible how a small, silent companion can change a life without even trying? Today, Kiara lives a joyful life. We walk together, play together, and share quiet moments that mean more than words ever could. She follows me everywhere, and not a single day passes without me holding her close and whispering how much she matters to me. I am no longer the man who sat alone on the sidewalk. I am stronger, softer, and more whole because one small dog believed in me. If Kiara's story touched your heart, please share this video with someone who needs a little hope today. Have you ever felt rescued by an animal you thought you were saving? Tell us your story in the comments. Sometimes the ones we rescue end up rescuing us right back.